find the right button here in a minute. Hello, everybody. Welcome into February 15th, 2024. It is Thursday night, the day after Valentine's Day, where all of us have a chocolate hangover. Well, some of us have a chocolate hangover. I confirmed audio. I will turn on OBS for the Zoom homies. Is Sam, Rich, William, Greg, Sin, Ghetto, and Jeff and Chris. Jeff R, that is. I don't know if the other Jeff will be here or not. But if he is, then we can go with Jeff R and this Jeff, because we don't want to say the other Jeff's other nickname out loud. How's everybody tonight?
Okay.
Good to
All
hear.
right.
Good to hear.
Oh,
Yes, I can go all the way back to the beginning of the chat if this works. It's going to say Ghetto Fortnite. I am the first one tonight. Second place went to Greg Guy. He was cleaning his apartment. So there. Yeah, I don't know if he's saying that because he's got clean carpets or what. You can come clean our carpet, Greg. We only have it in the one room, which is the living room. Everything else is wood floored. Rick Lake says hello. It's Thursday, by the way. What did I did put Wednesday. Oh,
Yes,
darn it.
you did. Thought you were trying to fool us.
No.
It's not April yet.
Yeah, it's coming up. It'll be here before we know it, actually. I cannot believe I didn't catch that. There, that should change almost instantly, I believe. We'll see how long it takes. I just changed it in the studio. Might take a refresh. I don't know. I'm going to do a refresh. See what happens. Yep, refresh did it. Anyway, Rick says today's Thursday. Rick Lakes and Ghetto were having some chit chat back and forth. Ghetto's been on Zoom with all of the homies and myself. Rick never knows when anyone is on Zoom. We are on Zoom 27 hours a day. One of us is here all the time. And if it's not, count to 5. It's just like the weather in Indiana. If you don't like the weather, count to 5, turn around, and it's going to change. We will be here.
You could have told me that before.
What, that someone's
Yep.
always here?
Pop in and out all the time.
Yeah, I mean, Zen, you should have been here when we first started doing this. I am not kidding you. The Zoom would run literally 3-4 days in a row at a time. There was always someone here. Usually it was Blackwatch and someone.
So you're saying anytime in the last couple of days, I could have just stopped in and helped you with your Facebook page?
Anytime, yes. Speaking of that, we'll discuss that afterwards. I want to get with you on that.
I
as well.
keep asking you that, but you never respond.
Yeah, I said whenever you're ready, but we'll talk about it. Me, Ken, Santa. Yeah, we've been doing that. We know who it was. Seriously though, that's why it's set up that if you want to check Zoom and talk to anyone that's here, by all means, that's what it's for. One of the moderators was playing around with slow mode, and it's fine. And they turned it on and off and back on. Long Dog dropped a link. I'll check that out in a minute. Rick Lake says hello. Ski Man says hello. Mike Wojak says hello. Oh, you gotta love Canadian humor. You just gotta love it. Hello. That's kind of like a Southern Canadian thing, isn't it? I hope Mike's still watching and understands. I'm just poking fun at the fun he was poking at us. Let me go see what Long Dog's link is. Oh, yes, I did get it's for Chili Chinglish, and I did get the notification, and thank you for posting that. I do want to watch that. He's a very interesting person to watch. Very interesting. Shoot, I just did the wrong thing and closed the wrong thing. It's been that kind of a day. He's up to 485 subscribers already. Boy, we got to get him 15 subscribers somehow. I meant to pause the video and I actually stopped the video. So let's see. The clocks look okay. Yeah, Zoom looks okay. Yep. All right. Anybody got anything?
I'm tired from cleaning carpeting and moving beds and dressers.
I bet you are. Did you get everything put back in place?
I still got a little bit more to do outside of where the bed was. Do that tomorrow.
You do
Mike is-
realize when you're cleaning the carpets, you're producing just as much dust as you would naturally.
With the carpet cleaner that's putting down water and you're sucking the dirt back up?
Yep, it takes effort.
Didn't realize that. Mike Wojak clarified the hell all is actually hell all's y'all. I don't think that went through, did it? Let me see if I can get this to work again. Uh-oh, the world has to have stopped spinning. There we go. Wow, now that's interesting. I clicked on Ski Man's comment and Mike's explanation came up. That is weird.
The world stopped spinning, plus it turned flat.
Yeah. Yeah. What was the order of that, Chris? Did it stop spinning first and then turn flat?
I don't know.
Hello, Alex.
25 minutes
Hello.
early.
You're here within the first 6 minutes. What's going on?
Oh, there's nothing. Oh, there's nothing interesting on YouTube to watch. So I thought I'd join on here.
I would like to think of my show and our show as being interesting. Are you saying that this is not interesting? Oh, look, you brought Jeff out of retirement from meeting. He's about to.
No, it's just he thought you started at 6, so he's not early.
Probably. Yeah, probably did. He's like, oh, mercy. Did you see tonight's thumbnail, Mr. Cheek?
Yes, I did.
Tony Wallow says speed test.
Does that mean we're all sharing speed test?
No, that was tonight's thumbnail.
My vote with my people.
One more person says speed test, and you're going to go in a permanent waiting room.
Speed test, speed test, speed test.
How many times was that? Long Dog was out cleaning. Oh, out shopping. I thought he said cleaning. Came across some kind of a meat cleaver. You know, they're I don't think we've ever owned a meat cleaver either. Oh, Mrs.
And
K
hello
says
to Mrs.
hello.
K.
Yep, Mrs. K. I got it highlighted. Let's see how long it takes to show up. May have to click the one above it or the one underneath it. I don't know. It still hasn't shown up. Try it again. Okay, this is crazy. Tony Wallow said his internet speed is 30 up, 10 down. There's Mrs. K. It finally showed up. It says, good evening, y'all. Oh, it's pretty good when the Filipino wife can pick up on the humor. That's good.
Don't you mean 30 down, 10 up? That seems a little backwards to me.
I just read what was there. It says 30 up, 10 down. What did I say?
That's what you said.
Man, I wish he'd get his soundbar issues fixed. I don't think he
I
realizes.
know what I forgot to tell you.
What'd you forget to tell us? Oh, about how many holes? Wait a minute. Hang on. Hold that thought, because I know where you're going. How many holes are in your yard now?
4.
Really?
My yard?
No, I was talking to Great Guy. You cut out. Your soundbar did something or something. I don't know what happened.
You
Greg
know
is
darn
getting an
well
upgrade.
that's not my soundbar.
No, I'm not getting an upgrade.
Well, you're getting the equipment for someone to get an upgrade, though, right?
They did the whole damn street.
Your neighborhood's getting an upgrade, which means at some point, whether you want it or not, Greg Guy, you will be getting an upgrade.
I ain't switching to Comcast. They put that goddamn box and it's above my waist. And about
Is that tall?
6 feet from the curb.
Man,
Looks like crap.
Yeah, they did some more painting of the grass out here again today. I don't know what's going on. I think my neighbor's getting ready to have something done though, because all the stuff is done at the bottom, and then the arrows are going up into his yard. So I haven't been able to catch him to ask him if there's anything going on or not. I don't know what they could be doing because he's already got gas over there, and electric, and a phone, and the internet. So I don't know what they could be doing.
Now they're
Mrs.
gonna bring a
Katie.
water line in so he can have an indoor crapper.
That's probably what it is. Yeah, I do notice he's got a shed out back, so could be that.
I don't know. There's not one person I know today that still does not have indoor plumbing. I think everybody that I know has indoor plumbing.
I didn't think Sheridan.
You talking about Sheridan, or are you talking about the entire United States?
I'm talking about everybody that I know. I mean,
Ski Man says, "Great guy. If we get snow, have the county knock the new box over." Matthew Camp says hello to everyone. Hello, Matthew Camp. Good to see Matthew. Ski Man. Well, it kind of goes with the name. I mean, yeah, I don't know, Alex. I would imagine somewhere in the back hills of the Dakotas there lives a young boy named Rocky Raccoon. He probably doesn't have indoor plumbing. If anybody can name that song, I'll be impressed.
What song was it?
I'm not going to. I know the song, Chris. Nice try. I liked how you almost got me to say
I
that.
I didn't hear.
Now, somewhere in the back minor hills of the Dakotas, there lived a young boy named Rocky Raccoon. One day, his woman ran off with another guy, hit young Rocky in the eye. Rocky
The
didn't
Beatles.
like that none. Who sang it, Greg?
The Beatles.
Correct. You know the album and the song name?
Rocky Raccoon.
Correct. And the album?
That I couldn't say.
The ever popular and unnamed White Album.
Oh, I was thinking that, but I wasn't sure.
Yeah. Mrs. K just said something to Greg Guy, and she says, and Greg, you. What is she trying to say? Something correct. I don't know. We speak English around here, Mrs. K. I'm just saying, English. I don't know what that nonsense is. Hello, BH Long Dog. Oh, she was saying hello to everyone and she left. Greg, don't get upset. She forgot to mention your name and then she said Greggy.
I saw that 10-12.
There was something on our local CBS. They did an interview with Chuck Leavell because he's from Georgia.
Why does that name sound familiar?
He played with Rolling Stones.
I was not thinking of the Rolling Stones, but okay. I was thinking something
And
else.
I think
was
Allman
thinking
Brothers. He played with Allman Brothers too, I believe.
I have no idea. There's only a few bands that I could name the band members of. The Beatles is one of them. ELO I might be able to.
He had his tree farm now.
There's trees falling down. What?
I said he has a tree farm.
Oh, okay. Well, he doesn't make any money off the residuals from rock and roll. He's got to start growing trees.
I don't know. I didn't know that they were interviewing about the trees. And he talked a little bit about the music.
Yeah. I guess we each have our thing we want to do and pursue in life, so I guess there's nothing wrong with that.
A lot of people are
K
doing
is just
trees,
saying hello
pine
to
trees.
everyone. Do what, Chris?
A lot of people doing pine trees nowadays.
Pine is in pine or Christmas pine trees?
The pine trees. Regular pine trees.
I'm going to try something here. This could be disastrous.
No, you're going to break it.
Wow. I just switched the camera source.
You make money. You can make money like when they start pine straw starts falling, you can get people to rake the pine straw and make
And the
money
pine
off of that.
cones. Yeah, and you make money off the pine cones as well.
Yeah,
And come Christmas time, you can cut them all down and make money off the Christmas tree. Right?
I guess.
I have no idea, Chris. I don't.
Pine tree and Christmas tree are a little bit different though.
Yeah, I would think so, but I have no idea how long it takes to grow a tree to be mature enough to be cut down to be a Christmas tree.
January is the time of year they plant trees. They starting to do that now, some places. They were burning where they've already cut, and now they fix to plant again.
Yep. Mrs. K is talking about her coworker that was there with her tonight. That's from where she used to work. Those two really worked well together. I really hate to see that lady leave, but I get it. I understand the place is kind of messed up, and if she's by herself, it is rough to do. So I understand it. All right, Sin, pay attention to chat. You got a question. Answer oh. Or better yet, Seagate. Oh, that's funny.
Seagate. We're talking about Seagate hard drives now?
Yep, we are. We don't want to talk about hard drives. Next thing you know, Ghetto will be buying a 4 terabyte SSD. Oh wait, he's already doing that. I think he's got to buy 3 now. If I have my count correct.
He's buying another one.
He's just buying another one. Yes, looks to be 15 years for a tree on Christmas Tree Farm. Wow, 15 years. Interesting. Did not know that. Huh.
That's
a long time.
Christmas tree farm not too far from here. They just started a couple of years ago. It hadn't been done 15 years.
Now,
Are they
there's one
already
down the
tall
road.
enough and big enough to be cut?
Yeah.
There's
Go
one
ahead, Alex.
here there's one here that's been here longer than 15 years. There's one down the road that's been here for like the only one I know of that I've ever seen in person. It's been here as long as I can remember.
I suppose if
For
you have them on a cycle,
at least
I mean, you could
30 years.
Yeah, you could get them, I guess, cycled out to where you know every however long a growth it is. If you have a huge place.
I would love to have a real Christmas tree, but my allergies are.
I don't know about that. The pine needles that fall off and the fire hazard from the lights and everything else.
Yeah, that's true.
I just don't know about that.
And Max would drink the water.
Yeah, that's true, huh?
We got one of those Christmas trees from there one year, several years ago. And ever since then it's been just artificial trees if we put up a tree at all.
Yeah, we had one real tree when I was growing up, and my dad got the brilliant idea he was gonna chop it up in the house and burn it in the fireplace. As he said, it will help to warm the house up. Boy, did it. You want to know something about heat? Burn a pine tree in a fireplace.
That's smart.
Well, no, I never said my dad was smart. The idea was legitimate and it was a good idea, but our fireplace wasn't one of these nowadays big 3.5, 4 foot wide fireplaces. It might have been 18 inches, 20 at the most. It was really, really small. It heated up. It heated the house up enough to the point my mom was concerned the house was going to catch on fire from the flames of the pine tree and the heat. White oak is great for Ski Man says white oak is great wood for burning. Yeah, the pine tree burnt really fast and it produced a lot of heat.
Also produces creosote in your chimney.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. It sure do. I'm gonna mute Ghetto. Sounds like you got a caregiver in the room. I'll mute his microphone. Yeah.
What is carousel or whatever you just said?
Creosote?
Parasol. Like
Comes from the sap in the tree when it burns.
And it gets up in the chimney. And it can be a fire hazard.
If you don't have chimney cleaned out by somebody who knows what they're doing.
Yeah, I was going to say they used to pay people to clean it out.
Yep, chimney sweeps.
Yeah.
And it wasn't easy.
I had a friend back in Oak Ridge who used a real tree every year, and he put candles on it. And there was a whole rigmarole he went through. He had buckets of sand nearby, 2 or 3 fire extinguishers close by, and I mean, he wouldn't light it and leave it. He would simply leave it lit like for 10 minutes or something.
Right.
But it was still dangerous to do.
Well, back in the day, Dick Van Dyke used to do that, didn't he?
What, chimney sweep or light a tree on fire?
Chimney sweep.
Yeah, it was in that movie.
In the movie, yeah. I don't think he did it in real life.
Mary Poppins.
Yeah, Mary Poppins, yeah.
Yeah.
He might have done it in real life. I mean, he's done a lot of things.
Using candles on a tree isn't that bright, though. This little town I grew up in, my dad owned an empty lot across the alley from our place. And all that was left over there was the big stones that the foundation had been built with. And it was what was left after somebody had candles on a Christmas tree one Christmas, and the house burned down. Not while I was alive. I mean, this had happened like 25, 30 years earlier.
I got a question.
Yep.
You just said, not while I was alive. Are you a ghost?
He also said that
well,
I know what you meant, though.
Well, hard to tell sometimes.
Yeah, he also
Jeff,
said candles on a
take
tree
your left wrist and your 2 fingers on your other hand, place it on your vein, and you'll feel this pulse, and you want to count.
No, I'm just looking in the camera and seeing if I can see through myself.
That'd be a vampire, wouldn't it?
Yeah, and it'd be a mirror.
Yep.
I wonder if that's actually true. Oh, like I believe in vampires. Hold on, I got to change my garlic out. It's getting a little old. I will say one thing. We do have a wide variety of topics on this show, which is good.
There should be more science.
I can't find the pulse is that bad. We can discuss anything. I'm pretty open to everything. We're going to keep it family friendly as best we can. Ski Man says, I can't find the pulse. Is that bad? Depends on where you're looking, I guess. You kind of want to check your pulse. I've never been able to find it on my carotid. I can always find it on my wrist. I can always find it on my ankle.
I can hear it all the time.
Yeah, I can't find my stethoscope. Pretty interesting, the sounds. Ski Man says I'm feeling. Oh, how I wish he was on Zoom and would turn his camera on. That would probably be kind of funny. My watch says 72 beats per minute. Yeah, it must have an was that an Apple Watch? It checks your health. Boy, that's the first almost English I had to say tonight for myself.
When I had an iPhone, I turned that off.
Yeah, I turned off the health thing on my phone too. Samsung, okay.
Well, after tank gunnery, I had tinnitus
Yeah.
constantly, ringing in the ears and stuff.
Yeah.
Well, now I have pulsatile tinnitus since my last surgery, and it doesn't go away. Depends what temperature it is. If it's above 60, I usually don't hear it. But if it's below that, then I hear it. Both sides.
Man, we're up to 60% chance of snow now tomorrow. It's getting worse. Ski Man asked a question for Sin. What is that, Sin? I don't think the thing's going to work, so I'll just repeat them.
What? Tinnitus?
The one you have after when the weather.
Oh, after I got the surgery in my carotid, they put a stent in there, and now I have what's called pulsatile tinnitus, which is I can hear my heartbeat.
Yeah.
Just as much as I hear the ringing all the time. It's always there. Just if it gets warmer, then I hear it less.
Ah, why do I keep doing that? Ski Man dropped another link, and I went to pause it, and I X'd out of it for some reason. Should be able to tell the difference between two vertical bars running up and down for pause and the X for close.
Robert's not here tonight yet, is he?
No, I don't know if is he working tonight? Wait a minute. No, he should be
Well,
off tonight.
Yeah, I just found this article about the deputy sheriff who's missing back in Tennessee.
Oh, I didn't know there was one missing.
It's in Meigs County, which is not that far from where I lived. It's a little ways southwest of Knoxville. A deputy sheriff had arrested somebody and then was never heard from again. And today they pulled his car out of the Tennessee River, and the person he arrested was found dead in the back seat, but the deputy is still missing.
Uh-oh.
So that doesn't bode well for what happened to him.
No. No, unless he was abducted, and until we find him one way or the other, we're not going to know.
They didn't identify it was a woman they found in the back seat dead. But they know who it is. They aren't saying he had called in and arrested this person and then was not heard from again. So
wow.
Because speaking of them finding somebody in the back seat dead, I heard about a week or two ago, I heard that there was a dead body found in a car in one of our school district parking lots here.
Now,
Alex,
an adult or a child, or don't leave us hanging.
I don't really know any more details than that. We're actually our school district here, Sheridan School District, is actually made up of two separate towns. There's East End and there's Sheridan, and Sheridan School District controls East End. So total there's two elementary schools, two intermediate schools, two middle schools, and one high school. And this was found out at the East End Middle School, which is about 15 or 20 minutes from here up the highway.
Well, it can't be Jimmy Hoffa.
Isn't he in the end zone somewhere? That's what the rumor was.
There had been all kinds of rumors about Hoffa.
Oh, yeah.
There's been one or two guys who used to be made men with the mob who have put forth stories that they knew the people who did away with him and all that, but I'm not sure any of them have ever been proven correct. Found another thing about the deputy I just mentioned, another article there. This was a new deputy. He'd only been on the job 2 months, and this was the first arrest he had made.
Ooh.
So he might have made a mistake and got some type.
Well,
Yeah.
Netflix had a movie about Hoffa.
Has there been any update on the Kansas City thing that happened? Is there
Yeah.
still just one? Is there still one confirmed death, or have there been any other
Yeah,
deaths?
she was a DJ,
Right, right.
and there's rumors that they're talking about it was caused by a rift between some people.
That's
But
what I heard. It was an argument between a couple.
This
people,
morning
but
I heard it was 9 kids now.
is it 9? It's terrible.
But they're still not giving a motive for these guys to do it.
Well, if they're who, Don Gullett passed away. For those of us
Yeah,
that
read,
remember Don Gullett.
There's 3 of them in custody, but who knows?
All I saw was something about an argument between a bunch of people led to the shooting, but that doesn't really tell you very much.
He wasn't very old either. 73. Mm-mm-mm. Did he win the World Series with both the Reds and the Yankees? That's Mrs. K sending me a message. Come back to that in a minute. Was trying to get in a little overtime for Ski Man, but it looks like I'm going to go ahead and end this. We are 5 minutes over or thereabouts. Too much punk rock. Can you guys hear the alarm every time she sends a text? Can you hear that? Is the microphone picking that up?
I just heard something that sounded like somebody saying something in the background. I didn't hear what I thought was an alarm.
Yeah, it's not an alarm per se. It's the closest I can get to the Charlie Brown teacher.
Oh, okay. All right.
Long
That's what I
dog.
heard,
Steve Man
then.
said he heard it, so
Tony,
Tony, really? Yes,
Speaking of
I
Charlie
did.
Brown,
Huh?
speaking of Charlie Brown's teacher, when I was in school, when you was in a classroom, you could hear like the room to the walls, the next room. You can hear the PA when they call a room to the PA system, and that's what it sounded like
Yeah,
with the
Yeah.
teacher on Charlie Brown.
thought it was a Star Wars robot. No, that's the closest thing I found so far. If I could find the soundbite from Charlie Brown, I would use it, but I haven't been able to do that yet. I've had that for years, so didn't intend for it to go out over the air by no means, but I'll answer her text in just a minute. I want to thank everyone before I get out of here for being here. Bobby Warren shows up as I'm closing the show. Darn, Bobby, sorry about your luck. I want to thank Sam and Rich and William and Greg, Sin, Ghetto, Jeff, Mr. Cheek, who Alex Cheek, how knows nothing. Okay. I'm not sure why he changed his name to that. I also want to thank Chris and Max, Princess, and I don't know Sam's cat's name. So, Sam Leaf? No, Sam. Yeah,
You
Sam's
know
still
you
here.
changed. You know you changed my name.
I did not
You don't-
change your name. I did not. I changed Ghetto's name. I did not change your name.
It was probably Sam.
What?
And I doubt it was Sam too. I will tell you, the person's got guilty written all over his face, and that's all that I'm going to say.
That's not
Ski
me.
Man says, Ski Man says good night, and thanks, Holveen. Tony Wallow says good night. Bobby, sorry you got here just as I was closing. I start at 10 o'clock every night. Sometimes I go. Rick, thank you. Long Dog, thank you. Matthew Camp, thank you. Mrs. K, thank you if you're still watching. I doubt she is, though. She had a call light. Greg, again, thank you. Sin, thank you for chatting. Ghetto, that looks about it. See you guys tomorrow at 10 o'clock. Oh, I forgot to turn the green screen back on. Doggone, what kind of a host am I? There we go. Now the green screen doesn't have the green thing between my eyes.
Sin, what is your background supposed to be?